I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another review, and this is a request for Total Meltdown 2, a paid request. Thank you so much for that. And it is for Flesh and Blood from 1985. Now, it's directed by Paul Verhoeven and stars Rutger Hauer. And I very much miss Rutger Hauer. I really do. I miss him quite a bit. Great actor. He could be a wonderful villain in films like The Hitcher, but he could be a great good guy in films like Split Second. Which, no, I have not gotten the Split Second Blu-ray yet. I do, though, because I love that film. But Flesh and Blood, it's sad that we don't really see much of Paul Verhoeven anymore. I know he makes movies in his homeland, to be fair, but I mean, when he did RoboCop, Hollow Man, Total Recall, and a film like this, he was free with nudity, sex, violence, and he wouldn't hold back. If he wanted to do it, he'd do it. Some people want to hold back. Paul Verhoeven's like, no, fuck that. I'm not going to. And the plot of this I thought was a bit interesting because it takes place in the medieval times. This teen wants his castle back, so he hires his mercenaries to do it. But then he says, if you do it, you get 24 hours, you can ransack, pillage, do whatever, but only for 24 hours. So they succeed. They get some pretty good special makeup effects. One guy accidentally cuts a deep gash in this woman's head. Again, very nice effect. But then when they succeed, and they're like, well, the loot is ours. He said the loot is ours. Well, he changed his mind. Because now that they succeeded, now the teen's like, fuck off. So they blow up a cannon near them, they run, but then they said this is bullshit, they fucked us over, we didn't get the loot that was promised to us, he didn't really let us ransack for 24 hours, plus one of our women has a stillborn. And that's what I mean with Paul Verhoeven not giving a fuck. There's a scene where Rutger puts a stillborn baby in a little barrel to bury it. I'm like, holy shit, I didn't expect that. And you see that with a lot of Paul Verhoeven movies where you go, I didn't expect that. Total Recall, did you expect the lady with 3 tits? Or Arnold taking a guy as a shield and getting shot 85 times? No, I didn't expect that. That's another, I didn't expect that. So they make a plan. And meanwhile, Jason Leigh is supposed to be wed to the son of the king. But the son of the king, he wants to invent stuff and he wants to get married for love, not for being forced. While Jason Leigh, she's trying to think, how do I pleasure a man? Because she's a virgin. I believe her friend is Nancy Cartwright, who would voice Bart Simpson later on. I could be wrong, but I swear it's her. But the mercenaries come by, they kill some people, they take Jason Leigh well, she's hiding. They don't realize they've taken her. But they rob the shit. Then when they find her, they rape her. But the weird thing is Jennifer Jason Leigh starts to like it when Rutger Hauer does it. And so even though she's been taken now and raped, she starts to fall in love with Rutger Hauer's character. And you can tell that Rutger Hauer, he's fighting it, but he's falling in love with her, so he's changing a little bit. He doesn't become an alright good guy, but he's changing a bit. Meanwhile, her hubby-to-be, he's going off to find them and then get into the castle they're hiding. And this was the thing about the story. I was interested. It pulled me in because I was intrigued to see what would happen next. And ultimately who Jennifer would choose. Would she choose Rutger? Would she choose this other guy? Mix in with stuff like the plague, so people are cutting lesions off their body. The battle scenes are well done. Like they build this fort and Rutger uses his barrel and blows it up. Big, huge practical explosion. The battle scenes at the end. At one point, a guy fires a fucking spear like a rocket and it hits a guy in the face. Or making statues fall and impale people. Again, Paul Verhoeven, he'll go for broke. Whether it be with violence or nudity. And I'm trying to think who else was in this. I want to say, was it Brian James? I don't remember who else. I want to check it up real quick. But I just say overall, I did like the film. I was interested in the plot. Jennifer Jason Leigh and Rutger Hauer I thought did a good job. Rutger Hauer especially. It was interesting, like, Rutger Hauer is not a good character. I mean, any character that's willing to rape someone is not a good character. But yet you almost buy this passion that Rutger Gerard Jason Leigh develops, even though it's a weird, twisted passion. And let's see. Yeah, it is Brian James. He's one of Rutger Hauer's crew. As well as Brutal Kirby, who I remember from City Slickers, Good Morning Vietnam. And yeah, that girl was Nancy Cartwright as Kathleen, Jennifer Jason Leigh's lady in waiting, as in, would help her out. But yeah, it's a movie where Paul Verhoeven hypothesized the reasons for the film's failure. Statements that it was too cynical and downbeat to be a hit. Someone suggested there's no hero to root for, no happy fantasy element to lighten its unpleasantly realistic depiction of the Middle Ages. Well, I could kind of see what they mean, but it was an interesting story. It was interesting to see where it would go. And some stuff I didn't see coming, like introducing the plague element and how that works into it. Again, how Jennifer Jason Leigh, Rutger Hauer's relationship kind of develops. And then the guy who, I want to be an inventor, he does step up and man up, so to speak. But you almost get an idea at the end that if she had to choose, she might still choose Rutger's character. But yeah, I thought the score, I think it's Basil Polidor's doing the score. Could be wrong though. The score was nicely done. It looked authentic of being the medieval times, the Middle Ages, the costumes, the sword work. Rutger Hauer, he's entertaining, he has a good personality to him. And he's having fun with the role. And again, these are not likable people. But the same thing, a few things Rutger Hauer does, you do get a sense that he cares. But at the same time, doesn't entirely betray his character, so it doesn't seem like an out of place 180 of the character. You know what I mean? Like, he's not a good guy, but he's an interesting guy. He's not a guy to root for, but again, he's an interesting character to see what will happen next. I mean, issues, I would say the other guy who sort of is our hero, he does okay. Part of me wishes maybe if it was another established actor. Although, truthfully, Rutger Hauer wasn't too established at this time. He had done Blade Runner, but he wasn't and Nighthawks, but he wasn't a household name. But, you know, because of Blade Runner, a little bit more recognizable compared to others. Again, if the good guy... Again, the actor did okay. But as you can tell, I haven't said much about him because he didn't have much of a personality. He wasn't nearly as interesting as Rutger's character. And maybe if you just had an actor who you recognize, you'd have that instant, oh yeah, okay, I'll follow him because I like that actor. You know what I mean? That maybe that would have helped, or maybe the writing of that character could have been strengthened a bit more. But like I said, at least in the third act, because there's a point where he gets captured and he's chained up and he does man up and he's able to like him through his actions. Maybe not so much his personality, which I'm not saying he's bad in the acting, but definitely grow to like him again for the actions he takes in the third act. And I don't want to give everything away because I have a feeling there's a lot of people who have not seen this film. This comes from a guy that's not really big into middle age stuff, unless it's maybe Army of Darkness. But I'm not really big on movies set in the Middle Ages, but I thought this had that nice Paul Verhoeven hand in the direction. I did him being free with the nudity and the violence and stuff I didn't see coming. When I went to see a film with Rutger Hauer in the Middle Ages, I did not expect to see a stillborn baby in a barrel buried. You know, I did not expect certain other things. And it's not as graphic as I'm painted out to be. It's done tastefully enough that you get the picture, but it's like, oh shit. The finale was satisfying. Even if you like Rutger Hauer's character in a weird way, even though he's not a good guy, even if you do kind of grow to like him, I'll say it's satisfying ending to him as well, so to speak. So then, makes that weird thing where he's not a good guy, but yet I didn't hate him either. Maybe because of Rutger, his acting, maybe because his fun personality, even though he's doing some really bad things. Maybe because of how Jason Leigh's character feels for him. Even by the very end, how you can tell she still feels for him. It's an interesting film. I thought it was an interesting flick. I'm glad I saw it. So thank you, Total Meltdown 2, for the paid request. Thank you guys for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. And Paul Verhoeven, please come back. Like, do another American film. I know this wasn't an American film, but I'm just saying, we miss you. Come back. Come back. See you guys later. Bye-bye. Hell, do Crusade and put someone like Dave Bautista or someone in it. Or maybe The Rock can finally do a badass R-rated film and it could be Crusade. I don't know. Someone. If it's not a big guy, get someone like Thomas Jane or Carl Urban or someone. But anyway, we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.